Hello again, everybody. Harry Caray from Comiskey Park, where the White Sox and the Minnesota Twins meet in the final game of this series. And who knows, maybe the final baseball game this year in the major leagues. Our guest on the pregame show, the great relief pitcher of the Twins, who's also been one of the most outspoken men in the whole situation, Mike Marshall. Mike, why has it taken so long to get nowhere in the negotiations?
Well, the only thing that I can think of is that the owners have not tried to settle this from the beginning. We are hearing rhetoric that we heard in October, and you would think that we could advance somewhat since that time.
PR-wise, with everything that's gone on, the owners still have come out on the short end of the stick. I think most people kind of lean to the players once they understand that it isn't the players' fault that some of these owners want to give the players such exorbitant salaries.
Well, of course, free enterprise dictates the salaries that they offer the players. Whatever money the economics of the industry can support is what they offer. But I think it's hard for the owners to look good in a situation where they're trying to take back rights and benefits that we negotiated in previous agreements after 4 years of unparalleled prosperity for them. So I don't think it's possible, given their stance, for them to look good.
Well, you know, a lot of people feared the free agency that would ruin baseball. It's done to the contrary. The ratings are bigger on television than ever before. The money's bigger than ever before. Everybody's making more money than ever before. So who's complaining?
Well, and we feel not only those factors, but it's been a way that a weaker ball club can improve their team without having to ruin the team in trades, which is a chance-taking thing. So lower clubs can improve their teams into competitiveness by picking up a free agent, and we feel anytime you increase competition in baseball, it's good for everybody in baseball.
Mike, when I talked to you on the radio a little while ago, you made a very interesting summation about how if there were more free agents, in other words, if they reduced it to 4 years rather than 6, there became more guys playing out their option, it would really be better competitively for everybody.
That's right. Then the owners could decide what players they feel are their future players, and the other players would move on to teams that can use them, which will help those teams. Also, it would reduce the amount of money that they could command because there'd be more of a greater supply, which reduces demand, and to spread the money out more evenly. I think that'd be a great thing for baseball to reduce it.
We're talking with Mike Marshall, the player rep of the Minnesota Twins and one of baseball's greatest relief pitchers. We'll be back for more in a moment. Harry Caray back at the ballpark. Mike Marshall is our guest, the player rep and also the star relief pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. You know, Mike, with Marvin Miller, who's done an outstanding job for the players, he really has, having already announced his retirement, and as active as you've been in the players' cause now and reaching the point in your career that you have reached with your background and your education and your intelligence, has anybody ever offered the idea that maybe you might be the guy to step into Marvin Miller's shoes when he retires?
Well, of course, the political answer to that is that we'll have to wait and see what happens after Marvin retires. But there have been a large number of players that have spoken to me as well that I'd be interested, and the people in the Players Association wonder if I'd be interested in it. I have a lot of things that I want to get done in my life, a lot of things in education I'd like to do, but that's a task that I look at very seriously and consider very seriously about taking.
But Mike, would you be objective enough to do that? Because I've read some of the things you've said about some of the owners, not anybody in particular. I guess most outstandingly critical you've been of Ray Greavy, the owner's representative.
Well, yes, I think it's been unfortunate that the owners haven't sat in on the negotiations to watch this man work. I think his temperament is not appropriate for a negotiating session. He's not able to think and talk at the same time. He can't hear and think at the same time. Makes it difficult for everybody involved. And he also gets mad and flies off the handle at the slightest provocation, which I try to give him on occasion just to see how he's doing. But as far as being objective, I think it'd be important to have a former player involved because Marvin doesn't understand the issues that really have impact on players. He can only think of things in terms of what is a monetary gain for the association. When I think of it in terms of what can we best do to help the player to demonstrate his talent and thereby improve the quality of baseball all around, I think I would look at it more from a player's viewpoint. I'm not as interested in money. I think money is a factor of the economics of the industry, and free enterprise can take care of that. I want to help baseball by helping every player find out whether or not he's a quality player as early as possible in his career, and if he's not, get out of the game, and if he is, move to the place where he can play frequently.
You know, there's been a story around that the reason you're so violent in your approach is that you yourself know, regardless of whether there's a strike or not, you already got your full year's salary put away in the bank already.
Well, this is my 20th year, and in my early years with my 3 young kids and the wife to support, I did my share of tap dancing and saying, yes, sir, boss, I assure you. But now that I've received my doctorate degree and I have a pretty good chunk of money in the savings account, protecting my children's future and myself, I am able to be a little more forceful in what I say, yes.
Yeah, and what you say, as you just pointed out, is with the good of the ball player in mind. Does the good of the ball player also include fairness for the owner?
Well, absolutely. If we can't work together and improve the situation both for the owner and the player, we're hurting each other. And if we can't make certain that baseball owners make a good profit on their investment, as well as the players make their fair share of it, we're going to ruin what is a very good thing.
How long do you think it would have taken to settle this whole thing if Bill Veeck had been representing the owners?
Bill Veeck is one of the real fine men I've met in baseball, and I think he understands the issues and understands business, which is the thing that I think that hurts. Some owners think of this as a hobby, not as an economic enterprise. And if we look at it as an economic enterprise with both sides working so that both sides can prosper, then we can settle this. And I think Bill Veeck would have been able to do that a long time ago.
Mike, a million thanks for being with us. I know that our fans have enjoyed seeing you and hearing from you. And let's hope there is no strike, because we're away to a great baseball season.
We certainly are, and we all hope there's no strike.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Pleasure to be with you, Harry.
Okay. Mike Marshall, the great relief pitcher of the Minnesota Twins, player rep, who's been very outstanding in negotiations down through these past few months, has been our guest. A beautiful night for baseball, and if this is the last Major League game of the year, we're going to certainly have a lot of people seeing it. If you're in the area, come on over. This might be a history-making event. Jimmy Pearsall is ready with the starting lineups. Harry Caray down on the field, inviting you to stay with us for exciting Chicago White Sox baseball.
Hi, everybody. Jimmy Pearsall with Harry Caray. What a night for baseball at Comiskey Park. The battle of left-handers will be here tonight. This is the final game of this 3-game series. The White Sox have had a fine homestand so far. They have won 4 and lost 1. Against Minnesota, they have won 2 and lost none. And the starting lineup for the Twins tonight, John Castino back in the lineup, will be at third base. Batting second in left field, Ken Landau. Batting third, Roy Smalley. He'll be at shortstop. Dave Edwards will be in center field. He'll bat fourth. At second base, Pete McKinnon. At first base, Ron Jackson. Behind the plate, Butch Weininger. In right field, Rich Sofield. He's had a good series against the White Sox. And on the mound, the veteran left-hander, Jeff Zahn. For the Chicago White Sox, it'll be Bobby Malero leading it off. He'll be in left field. Junior Moore will be at third base. He'll bat second. In center field, Chet Lemon had a good night last night, a double and a home run. Lamar Johnson will be at first base. He'll bat fourth. Wayne Nordhagen, he'll be in right field. He got a big hit up the middle last night to drive in a run. He also drove in another run, a slow ground ball to third base. Jim Morrison fighting a slump. He'll be at second base and hoping for him to have a good night. Harold Baines will be in right field. Behind the plate will be Bruce Kim. And at shortstop, Greg Pryor. And on the mound, 22-year-old Steve Trout. Still coming in. Looks like it's going to be the best crowd we've had in a long time. Trout with a record of 1-3 and an ERA of 3.76 will pitch tonight. The youngster stands 6'4". He's 195 pounds, 22 years old. He's making his 7th start of the year. He has completed 2 games. He's had 1 shutout. He's been bothered by a bad bicep his last few starts, so he hadn't done too well. His last outing, he pitched 5 2/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, lost the ball game 4-2. Against Minnesota, he has a lifetime average of 1-0. Fastball, it's a heavy sinker too he throws. Curveball and slider and change of speeds. When he's keeping the ball down, he can be awfully tough. For the Minnesota Twins, Jeff Zahn, 33-year-old veteran, stands 6'1", 175 pounds, has a record of 2-5 with an ERA of 4.93. In '79, he won 13 and lost 7. He signed originally with the Dodgers, then he went with the Cubs, and he was released from them in 1976 and then signed with the Twins. Fastball, not overpowering, he'll turn it over, throws it about 82 or 3 miles an hour, but good change of speed, throws a pretty good slider and a good overhand curveball. So the veteran against the youngster tonight, Jeff Zahn against Steve Trout. We'll be right back here at Comiskey Park with play-by-play action and Harry Caray right after this message. Game 4-2. Earlier in his starts, he had some trouble with defense. The young man is not the type of guy that lets errors bother him. He just keeps working hard. He's the son of the late Dizzy Trout.
No kidding.
He's the son of the late Dizzy Trout, ladies and gentlemen, who used to be my roommate one year in Boston. The son of the late Dizzy Trout.
Hey, you know, we had that Morales. We had the wrong Morales. Both of us were thinking of Jerry Morales, who was, he's the one who played with the Cubs, wasn't he?
Yes, he's now with the Mets.
Yeah. I think this Morales has always been with the Twins.
Yes, he has, a right-handed batter.
Castino.
He's been bothered by a bad ankle. Boy, this young man, Rookie of the Year last year.
As they beat Milwaukee's farm club 8-7 in 10 innings. 2 strikes and a ball. Lined in the center of base hit.
Oh, he got that sinker up in his eyes that time.
Left-hand hitter, hitting .366. 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. That's Johnny Gorel coaching at third. Carl Keel at first. Runner back. A lot of people here tonight. Off day tomorrow. The strike at schedule. A ball and a strike. Lined into left field. A base hit. Landreau singles to left. Trout better pull himself together. I would imagine. I doubt it.
I doubt it. He's got 7 home runs.
If he bunts, it will only be because his uncle is the manager.
I thought he was that kind of a guy.
The little general, are you kidding? He's going to bunt.
Beautiful.
Hey, they're going to play third. Forsythe. First base. They throw to first. Double play. What happened to Smalley?
I don't know. Let's see it again. On a breaking ball.
Now he's starting.
Oh, he fell over his bat.
He fell.
Fell over his bat. I told you to keep your bat off the field.
Now Junior notices it. And they get him easily.
Well, let's see that again. He fell over his bat. On it.
Perfectly.
Trout now is going to throw. It's easier for a left-hander to throw to third base.
Right
there it is,
now.
right there, as he steps on it with his right foot.
Whoop, whoop. 2 men are out. A runner at second. I want to see it.
Okay.
Hey, struck him out. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the first, no score. There's Joff Zahn. He's won 2, he's lost 5. 4.93 earned run average is a C. He's sort of a slop pitcher.
Right, he is. He formerly signed with the Dodgers. Came over to the Cubs in '75, then they released him. The Twins signed him, and he's done a pretty good job for the Twins. He won 13 and lost 7. He knows what he's doing out there. He doesn't have that much, as Harry said, but he can be tough. Fellas, we've got to show that again when you get a chance, because Harry does not believe that Smalley stepped on the bat. See, the bat's on the ground. Now watch him
already
kick it.
went by the bat.
Between his legs. See, now watch it come up.
No.
Watch it. He stepped on it with his right foot. See it come up? There it is right there. See it? See the bat?
That's not a bat.
Oh, Harry, repeat after me. You are right, Jimmy darling.
You are right, Jimmy darling.
Boy, and he's been instrumental in this ball club being in first place. The trainer did. Everybody said you get your own helmet.
1-1 pitch, swim through the third baseman. Castino fires to first for the out.
San Diego 4-3. Harry, do you know the Dodgers have to come to Chicago tomorrow?
They hear from Hammond, Indiana. Lauren Babe at first. Bobby Winkle's coaching at third. Popped it up. That's Ron Jackson. 2 gone.
I'll tell you one thing, Jackson didn't look too sure of that. He got back on his heels at that.
Hit a homer last night.
Like a grapefruit.
3-2 pitch. Ball 4 gets away from the catcher. Lemon is on, and here's Lamar Johnson.
That was Lemon's 17th base on balls. He's leading the club.
Are digging in. Fly ball left center, going to be caught. Edwards is there waiting. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. At the end of one, no score.
And the additional group, wherever they always are.
First start to deceive.
I left it on my dresser.
Easy bouncing ball. Take your time, Junior. Ooh! Whoa, bad throw, but he scoops it up.
Gee, Harry, will you stop saying easy plays? Every time we get an easy play, it turns into
easier. Third and fourth grade children and their parents from Our Lady of Humility School in Zion, Illinois are here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Morales, the hitter.
Did you want me to pronounce that for you, Harry?
No, I thought maybe it was a good friend of yours, too.
Ungawa Cheetah.
Hey!
Struck him out.
Right in it.
Gee, it's nice to see people in the ballpark, Harry.
Boy,
Huh?
I'll say they're still coming in. Here's Ronnie Jackson, the first baseman. There's a long drive. Nobody's going to get that one. I'm glad there are 2 out and nobody on. And Jackson can't run very well. He's got a pull hamstring. He has to settle with a double. Has 2 homers, 19 runs batted in. Rick Sofield on deck. That's good.
See, I learned so much from you, Harry. This is one of the things that I will never forget.
He walked in ball 4. That'll bring up Rick Sofield hitting .250. 3 homers, 15 runs batted in.
Just seems like the ball jumps off his bat.
Mark Justak celebrating his 26th birthday.
Hold a little bit.
We ought to be out of the inning. Bouncing ball. Morrison flips to Pryor. Sofield bounced out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. A big hand for Wayne Nordhagen. That's baseball.
As I said, Harry, everybody learns to suffer once.
He reached for a bad pitch. Smalley charges in, throws him out. And Nordhagen was trying to pull it, hit it right off the end of the bat.
I'm going to tell the young hitters again. You flatten your bat, you drop your hands and leave it there. He's throwing the ball low. Why not have your hands low?
Elizabeth McBroom is 90 years old today. And she's been a White Sox fan for 70 of those 90 years.
Boy, she deserves a happy birthday, Harry.
Low ball 4, he walked him. All right, Jimmy.
Wait a minute now, wait, I need a drink.
Elizabeth McBroom. Her granddaughter, Jane Neiman. Get well wishes to Ernie Carroll, recuperating at home from surgery.
Better just try to hit the ball up the middle.
Whoa, boy. Made him look bad. Baines goes down swinging.
You know, when Zahn sees a left-hander like that come up to the plate, his eyes say 1 out.
No homers, 10 RBIs.
There it is.
Bouncing ball. Deflected. Base hit. First baseman couldn't reach it.
Going the other way with that ball. See him flatten his bat. Jackson has to jump high. Just touches it. The second baseman now, he can't pick it up. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Pryor will get...
Pryor batting .227. Jeff Zahn delivers. Long drive down the right field line. If it stays fair, fair ball bounces into the stand. Only 1 run will be allowed to score. That really hurt us. We would have had 2. It bounced right on the line and into the stand. We got robbed of a run there.
You know what that is? That foul line is made of board, Harry. And when it hit it, it bounced to the right.
Sofield rushing over. No way to catch it.
Now watch. Right on the line and kicks to the right. If it went down the line, we'd have had 2 runs.
There's Bobby Molinaro now. He can pick up 2 more, 1-0. Bouncing ball ought to be easy. Throw to first in time. Molinaro bounces out. 1 run scored. 2 hits. No errors. 2 left. Out there. Here's John Costino. Single his first time at bat. 1-0 in favor of the White Sox. There's a ground ball, right field base hit.
He can play on my team, that kid. This week's show features canoe racing in northern Michigan. You've been there.
Sure.
And a look at the Olympic skeet shooting champion. That's this Saturday at 4 on 44.
Wow, man,
Boy, the ground is so hard. If you're going to hit the ball on top, it just bounces high and quick. Nice
play. Out of second. And at first, a beautiful double play. Junior Moore, a sparkling play to his left. Ball. Top of the 3rd, 1-0. The White Sox are leading.
The White Sox have now made tonight. They're driving about 6.
Hey! Struck him out on an off-speed pitch.
He knew it.
The plate umpire didn't know it. He had appealed to the first base umpire. And while he's appealing, Smalley already is walking to his position.
Watch this. This is
He knew it. So, it's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We go into the bottom of the 3rd. White Sox 1, Minnesota 0. Junior Moore hits a bouncing ball, deep short. Look at this long throw by, oh, sensational arm by Roy Smalley. Did you see where he threw him out from? 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bounce to the shortstop. Smalley's got it. Over to first for the out.
He did. Way back off the grass. Say you threw it in the dirt by the first baseman.
They don't usually do it during the course of the... There's a base hit. They usually wait till the end of the inning to do that.
Underwood's pitching for New York. Juwan, left fielder.
Fly ball, right field, easy out. Sofield is there to retire the side. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. 1 left. This is Harry Caray with Jimmy Pearsall. We're going to move over to the radio for a while. The score at the end of 3, White Sox 1, Minnesota 0.
Hello, everybody. This is Joe McConnell speaking to you from Comiskey Park. As we move along to the 4th inning, the White Sox with another lead over this troubled Minnesota ball club. Davey Edwards. He's out. They asked for the appeal and got it. That's a second check swing strikeout for Edwards tonight. He chased the ball into the dirt. Outs for Trout, all on check swings. Bouncing ball to Pryor. 2 out. McCannon, who bounced to third the first time up, is grounded out to short. He was completely fooled by a changeup curve the first time up. There's a drive to left field. That's hit pretty well. Back. It is gone. A home run by Jose Morales, his 2nd of the year, and that's his usual year's supply. And this game is suddenly tied at 1 apiece. Morales, who will be 36 years old on the 30th of December from Bayamon, Puerto Rico, ties this game with his 2nd home run of the year. He's normally not a long ball hitter. Well, Steve hung a curve just below the belt, inside part of the strike zone, and Morales got around on it, pulled it into the lower deck and left. It just got in there about 2 or 3 rows. Here's Ron Jackson, who doubled to right center his first time up, playing with that strained left knee, and he's almost nicked by that pitch, a fastball that turns him away. Outside, he walked him. In case you believe in omens, the White Sox have lost both of those games. He struck him out. Number 5 for Steve Trout. That was a good fastball. Butch Weininger was really late on it. Well, they get the tying run on a 2-out homer to left by Morales. 1 man left on with a walk. After 3 1/2 here at Comiskey Park, the White Sox won, the Twins won. Marked for winners to bring to their designated center with them to claim their prize at the White Sox reception office. The number of victories for a left-handed pitcher wearing a Twins uniform. Jimmy Cott with 189 tops it. There's ball 4 outside. So Morris was walked twice tonight. Castino is in at third. They're expecting a sacrifice here with Morrison on at first, nobody out. And both have their problems bunting the ball. Line drive to Jackson, and almost a double play. Ducking back with a head-first dive behind Jackson at first base with Jimmy Morrison. To the plate, lining it. Morrison, seeing that Jackson was going to have a play on the ball, dove back under it. Nice job, Jimmy. Seldom miss. We had too good a look at that play at the plate last night. Run so far. A bouncer right back to the mound. Zahn goes to second for one, back to first. Easy double play, 1-6-3. The Twins first of the night. The White Sox have already turned in 2. And for the Twins, that's their 37th of the year. No runs, no hits, a walk, no left. After 4 complete. 1-1, the White Sox and the Minnesota Twins. One on World Championship Tennis right here on TV 44. Rick Sofield, who had a booming 430-foot triple here the other night. Ball 4, Trout a bit upstairs with that 4th pitch. And he walks the leadoff batter, a left-handed hitter. Steve has struck out 5 and walked 3. Here's Castino. John is 2 for 2. Castino is 3 for 3 as he lines a single to left field. Sofield hangs on at second. Now the White Sox are going to get the bullpen active as Junior Moore comes over from third to kill a little time. There's a bunt down the third base line. It's a nice bunt. Junior Moore to Morrison, and they get Landreau by a stride. Boy, he ran down that line. Here's Smalley. Broken bat, ground ball to Pryor at short. They'll give up the run. 2 out. So Smalley will get the RBI, his 24th of the year. He cracked the handle of the bat on that soft one hopper to Pryor. Sofield scored from third on the play. Now there are 2 out. There's a third brother who plays in the AAA Farm Club for the Brewers. He pops one up. Morrison pounding the glove at second. That's it. But the Twins get the lead run on a hit and a walk. And an excellent sacrifice bunt by Kenny Landreau. One of the White Sox tonight leading it off here. The number 9 batter in the lineup. 10 hits in his last 28 at-bats. He was hitting under 200. Ground ball hit to Smalley. Comes up for him nicely. 1 out. As the left fielder, he was originally in the first lineup, batting in the second position as the designated hitter, but Alan Bannister. Bouncer to the second baseman, McCannon. 2 out. 3 infield ground ball outs for Bobby Molinaro. Popped up and bounced to short in 2 tries tonight. Ground ball past Castino down the left field line. Moore around first, and he's going to hang on with a long single. And he would have been out had he tried to advance. Put up 6. Here's Chet Levin. He's walked and bounced to short. Deceptive pitcher. Sometimes it doesn't look like he's got anything on the ball. Junior will be off. Jackson drops back at first. The pitch is fly on the right. Hit pretty well, but Sofield back on the edge of the warning track to make the catch. So that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for the Sox in their half of the 5th. At the end of 5 here at Comiskey Park, the Twins 2, the White Sox 1. Next 2 is Bob Finnegan, well-known longtime radio personality in the Windy City area, who does the public address announcing here at Comiskey Park. High chopper up home plate. Pryor waits for it to come down. Not in time. Close play at first. We'll get another look at it all year. I'd say he's more than gotten even with Mr. Trout. He's going to bunt, and he fouls it off. The 25, a major league mark with the Expos. Base hit to left. He hit a ground ball right through third and short. And in sliding at third is McKinnon. And again, the Twins have Steve Trout on the ropes here with nobody out in the 6th inning. And again, The White Sox get some activity in the bullpen. Randy Scarberry's up and throwing along with a left-hander. Last night's ball game. Here's Jackson. He doubled in the second inning, walked the last time up. Bouncer over the mound, that'll score a run. They get the force play at first, not in time to get the double play despite Jackson's bad knee. But he gets the RBI. One out now, Jackson on at first. Backing away. And Jackson is going to be lifted here. Mike Cubbage is going to run for Ron Jackson, and he'll undoubtedly go in to play first base as well. Butch Waniger, his dad was a pretty fair ball player. The runner's going. The ball is hit to right center field. Chad Lemon makes the catch, crossing in back of Harold Baines. Long throw to first. Cubbage gets back. Here's Sofield, who was bounced into a force, walked and scored a run tonight. The drive to center. Lemon moving over, making a running catch in left center. That retires the side, but the Twins had another run on 2 hits. They got the 2 leadoff singles. Got them in position to score the run on the infield ground ball out. 1 man left. After 5.5, the Twins 3 and the White Sox 1. Jackson reached on an infield ground ball out. There's a look at Cubby, a former third baseman. Basically, that's how he broke in as a third baseman, and a former football player at the University of Virginia. Against veteran left-hander Jeff Zahn in the bottom of the 6th inning with some work to do. White Sox trail 3-1. Drive to left center field. Landreau over and making the catch. Well hit. The Sox in all 3 games in the series, but have nothing to show for it. Here's Norty. Here's a couple of days. Ground ball. Castino digs it out at third. 2 down. Jimmy is hitless in his last 17 at-bats, and he has only 2 hits in his last 30 appearances. There's a drive and a great leaping catch by Castino. Boy, looked like he was on a catapult there at third. Well, that retires the side. Harry will be back to take you the rest of the way here on TV 44. Let's hope he can get us some runs in the final 3 innings.
The ballpark. We're going to the top of the 7th. Jeff Zahn is out pitching Steve Trout 3-1. Baltimore batting in the 9th. The Red Sox a big lead, 7-2 over Toronto. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lined into right field for another hit. Castino hitting the ball beautifully to the opposite field. And he's one of their big stars to stay in first place going into the strike. Bouncing ball to Lamar. Out at second. The throw at first base gets away, but the catcher recovers it. Wally. He drove in a run with an infield out in the 5th. The runner at first is Landreau. He's very fast. Line drive like a bullet into left field. A single for Smalley. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Here's Tony La Russa coming out. The batter will be Dave Edwards. His 12th appearance. He's won 1. He's lost 1. He has saved 2. A University of Southern California boy. I think he played on the same team with Roy Smalley in college. The Twins are ahead already. Signed by the White Sox as a free agent in '77. This pitch. Boy, you talk about setting up the hitter. Watch this curveball. Right on the corner. Oh, what a spot to get out of for Scarberry. The pitch. Struck him out. What a job of pitching. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Minnesota 3, White Sox 1. Bottom of the 7th. do a thing with it. Wilfong throws over to Cubbage. And Baines is an easy out. He got a scratch hit in the second inning. White Sox have only 4 hits. Hoskin Powell is playing right. Sofield has moved over to center. Easy ground ball to the shortstop. Smalley throws to Cubbage for the out. But still, Minnesota would have been out in front, so. Ground ball, great play by Castino. Long throw. He beat it out for a hit. What a sensational play by John Castino, but Pryor beat it out. Look at this. Now watch where he throws it from. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, jumps in the air and bounces it over there. Couldn't get enough on his throw. And Pryor beat it. There now. Junior Moore on deck. Molinaro's been an easy infield out. There's a fly ball. Easy out. Hoskins Powell in right field makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 7, it's Minnesota 3, White Sox 1. Bouncing ball. Morales will be an easy out. 1 gone.
Good job Scarberry did.
Boy, terrific. Woo. There's a high pop foul. Can anybody reach it? Woo. Whoa, Junior Moore gave it a great try.
Junior Moore, of course, has been playing the outfield last year. He almost caught that ball with his back to the plate. Ooh,
Strike him out.
See you later.
Cubbage is called out on strike. With 2 out, Butch Weininger turns around to hit left-handed. There's a long fly ball, right center. Lemon is there waiting at the warning track to retire the side. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Minnesota 3, White Sox 1. 9-8-2. You said 3-6-7-8-5. Well, now, you know, it's 2 for 1.
I said 3-8. Humbling.
There's somebody from Kalapua, Hawaii. 2 strikes and a ball.
There it is.
Oh, what a weak
away.
swing. Over to first. That's got to be because they're up to trying to pull. If they're going into where the ball is pitched, they'd be moving into it, wouldn't they?
Hey.
1 out. Here's Lemon. Zahn is just making it look like a joke. Jammed him with a fastball, hit it off his fist. Smalley takes care of that. We haven't been hitting our weight. Lucky to have won.
We're in first place.
3 balls and a strike. He walked it.
There we go.
Now a home run would tie it, and here's a guy who can do it.
But the worst thing you can do now is to go up there thinking home run, and this guy will give you just what you don't want. He is flied easily to right, and a weak ground ball to third.
2 men around, a runner at first base.
The same guy has really got him psyched in, and is not going to try to hit his pitch. He's going to get the one he wants in his zone.
Well, that takes care of this inning. Ground ball to the shortstop, force out. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 8, Minnesota 3, the White Sox 1. In front 3-1. I hope it isn't the final inning. There's a line drive past Pryor in the center field. Rick Sofield jumping on the fact that he's facing a right-hander, line to single to center. He was just loosening up, though. Well, he's still limbering up. Beat the Reds 9-8. There's a bunt. Perfect sacrifice. So, his manager, Tony La Russa, once Britt Burns, I believe, 2 1/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, and then Ed Farmer came in for the save. Wortham has won 3 this year, lost 1. His earned run average is 4.64. There's Kenny Landreau. He's nothing out of 3. Royce Smalley would be up there next. 5. Walked him on 4 pitches. Our Lady Barber's out there in center field. There's a drive. Going back to make the catch is Molinaro. That ball was really creamed. Smalley lines hard to Molinaro. The bottom of the 9th will have Morrison, Baines, and Kim coming up in that order. Into the dirt. There's a man trying for third to throw. Out! They got him. A great play by Kim. Big argument now. Well, boy, Schofield is charging the umpire. Derwin Merrill called him out. They're pulling Schofield away. You got a break there. I like to see the replay. There's Gene Mock. Watch the replay. Watch where this ball is. Into the dirt. Bounces away, but in front of Kim. Takes off the mask. Fires to third. Oh, man, was that a terrible call? Let's watch it again. Now, there's his spike. There's his toe on the back. And there comes the tag. He was safe. Base hit down the third base line. Morrison on his way to second base. There's a good beginning here. Got to bring up Harold Bain. Watch the replay. He slashes this ball past Castino. Activity in the bullpen for Minnesota. The guy that can pop one into the stands. Sidearm breaking away. Mike Marshall, I guess on the pregame, limbering up. Popped it up. Foul territory, easy out. Cubbage under the ball makes the catch. Greg Daniels just hit a homer for the Yankees. A little tap. He's got a chance to beat it out. They let it roll. It's going to stay fair. The tying runs are on. Swinging bunt. Pitcher can't get over there. Now they let it roll. Easily fair. I'm sure manager LaRussa would like to use a runner for Kim, but the logical man would be Claudel Washington. Butch Weiniger's the catcher. Kim leaving the field. He had 2 infield hits tonight. Up in right field, but he fouled it back. 2 strikes on the ball. Big pitch. Bouncing ball, they make it 2. Out of second. Safe at first. 3-2. Bryant drives in a run as he bounces into a force play. They want the signs, which are on the left field wall, to be brought down. Landreau, I think, is complaining they've been throwing things at him. That's Kenny Landreau coming in talking to the plate umpire. And manager Gene Mock is there also. The score is 3-2 now. The tying run at first, 2 out. Bobby Molinaro, left-handed batter, hasn't even had a good swing at Jeff Zahn yet. It's the hard stuff that gets him out. Now the third base umpire, Landau, has a legitimate strike. They're throwing things out there. Pretty tough to be thinking about catching a ball when you're worried about getting hit on the top of the head with something. Pryor is only average speed. He would have trouble scoring on an extra base hit. Long foul ball into the right field corner. And he now is in the hole, 2 strikes. Molinaro is 0 for 4. Baines was 0 for 4. They're the only 2 left-hand hitters in the lineup. He struck him out. The ball game is over. So Minnesota salvages the final game of the series. Boy, I tell you, we saw enough here tonight to know that you don't want left-hand hitters in the lineup against Zahn. 2 hours and 33 minutes of the ball game. A big crowd here of 33,967 paid for the 23 games played, going into what is expected to be a strike tomorrow night at midnight. For the 23 games played, the White Sox have drawn 359,880. The totals on the ball game: 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Veteran Jeff Zahn is the winner. He now has won 3 and lost 5. For the White Sox, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The loser is Steve Trout. He now has won 1 and lost 4. Pryor had a couple of hits. Kim had a couple of hits for the White Sox, and that was about the attack. Morrison had a double in the 9th inning. Jeff Zahn was just absolutely too good.